Guys, what is going on? Welcome to another video here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Welcome to my review for last night's debut episode of SmackDown on Fox. As you all know, it was the big premiere. It was hyped to hell. The question was, did this show live up to the hype? That's the question that I'm going to pose to you guys out there, my viewers. And of course, thank you all again for tuning in here. Still not able to go live. Working on getting that situation fixed here. Going to have to hardwire my internet connection to my router. Hopefully that'll prevent any lag, any issues. But until then, I wanted to come up here. I wanted to record this video. Give you my thoughts on SmackDown, which I thought up until that ending I was enjoying the show. Was everything perfect? No. But I thought until that ending, boy oh boy, we will talk about that ending. This was a good show. But then it just hit like brick wall, man. I'm just like, why? Why did you do that? But before we go any further, guys, be sure to check out my video content here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. If you're new, please click that like and subscribe button if you like what you see. I appreciate that. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuys412. My SmackDown on Fox poll will be up for the next day or two, so participate in that poll as well, and I will get the results pulled up here as well. But yeah, coming into the show, I was really hyped. I was really pumped, which probably... it's usually a bad thing for WWE because, you know, when you have your expectations sky high, usually they aren't met when it comes to the main roster. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just talk about aesthetically how the show looked. I thought it was I liked the graphics. Love the theme song because I am a huge AC/DC fan, so the new theme of SmackDown is Are You Ready? I thought the intro video was well done, flying over with the shots of the crowd, you know, kind of giving that Fox Sports vibe. You know, just a fresh coat of paint. The stage of SmackDown is beautiful, the way that they have it designed here, you know, with the entrance and those giant, they're almost like, you know, I don't know what you call them, but they're, you know, giant C's, you know, going up and down the ramp. I think it just makes for an aesthetically beautiful looking stage, much better than the Raw stage, which has like a skateboard type, you know, thing going on there with the curved ramps. I think the Raw stage is okay, but I think the SmackDown stage, much more thought and innovation and just overall creativity went into creating this stage versus the Raw stage, which felt like just kind of a minor upgrade. The SmackDown stage definitely beats the Raw stage in terms of the look and feel of this show. And we had a two-man announce team. Michael Cole, Corey Graves, who I thought did much better compared to being in the three-man booth. Nothing against Renee Young, you know, but I just feel in general I am not a fan of three-man, you know, booths. It can sometimes work, you know, there have been good three-man booths. I did like in AEW, Shivani, Jim Ross, and Excalibur. I thought they worked well with each other. And back in the day, Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler. I love that three-man team. But for the most part, if I had to pick three-man team, two-man team, I always go with the two-man team. But that's just me. So we kick things off here on SmackDown Live. Vince and Steph come down. They welcome us to Fox and SmackDown. And that kicks off the opening intro, the video. I thought that was perfect. We didn't need them coming out here and going on and on and on and on and on and on and on with the McMahons. Been there, done that. Don't need to see that. So we have the pyro, we have the intro. Becky Lynch, first person to appear on SmackDown on Fox. So huge for Becky here. She's coming down to the ring. And Baron Corbin comes down to the ring. And I'm thinking, okay, where are we going with this? And then the Great One's music hits. The Rock returns after what felt like, a 2 to 3 year absence. The last time we saw him on the main roster here. And just get goosebumps thinking about, you know, how The Rock can captivate 18,000 people here in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. You know, he was dishing out all, you know, the verbal tirades here to Baron Corbin. You know, he called him a wannabe Burger King. And he said Lynch is the man, but you don't see her walking around with a pair of testicles in her hand. And Becky said if she did, that would be much bigger than Corbin. So I enjoyed this segment. I mean, it's The Rock. It was so great to see him come out and just, you know, the megastar that he is, the great one of the greatest of all times, just the way that he can captivate a crowd like few have ever been able to do, past or present, is why he is in the elite tier, one of the all-time greats, and he's on a whole nother level compared to anybody else on this roster. Oh, easily. And Rock and Lynch, you know, like I said, just Rock got an STD chance started for super tough dude. You know where this is going. Rock and Lynch tag team beat the crap out of Corbin. I thought it was a great rub for Becky. You know, Rock hit people's elbow, sets it up for the Rock bottom here, and we are off to the races. So great to see the Rock back. I would love to see Rocky have one more match at WrestleMania, whether that would be against. I'd still like to see him versus Roman Reigns. I'd be down for that. Or Randy Orton. I know they teased that feud on Twitter. I think Battle of Third Generation Superstars would certainly be interesting to see. But it was great to see Rock for this one-time appearance, because seeing as how, you know, his schedule is usually so booked up, and, you know, how he's just such a busy man with, you know, what's going on in Hollywood. Great to see Rock here. We had Becky Lynch and Charlotte after the match, after the segment, I should say, have their match versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. Not as good as their match that they had on Raw a couple weeks ago at MSG, but I still thought a solid effort nonetheless. Flair was able to put Bayley in the figure 8, and Bayley taps out. And we also had the addition of another match to the Hell in a Cell card. It's going to be Charlotte Flair versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship, which means we now have 4 matches added to, you know, in total to the Hell in a Cell card. Wow, I can't wait to do my predictions video. That might be the shortest predictions video to date here on this channel, but I'm still surprised that we only have 4 matches announced for a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that is scheduled to run, as of now, from 7 to 11. Unless the Cell matches are going an hour apiece, I don't see how you're going to, you know, fill, you know, 4 hours with only 4 matches. I'm assuming there'll be late-minute additions, but then again, it's like, you announce the match that late. Do you really expect me to care? Probably not. But I thought the women's tag was fine, solid. Good stuff right here. We had Seth Rollins come down to the ring before his match against Shinsuke Nakamura. We had Bray Wyatt appear. We had another awesome Firefly Funhouse segment with the demise of Ramblin' the Rabbit at the hand of Mercy the Buzzard, who stepped inside a little Hell in a Cell cage. And Wyatt demonstrated what would happen to Seth Rollins when he gets inside Hell in a Cell. And Wyatt, of course, told Rollins, "I'll see you in hell, buddy." And I hope that The Fiend walks out with that Universal Championship, because he should. I like Seth, but I feel like he's kind of gotten, you know, a little bit stale here as a babyface. Maybe he needs to flip to a heel. We'll see. But Wyatt continues to play the mind games. Match with Nakamura never really got started. Lights go out. Nakamura's in the ring looking around. Fiend attacks Seth Rollins from behind, puts him in the mandible claw, and launches him off the stage. So, of the 4 matches announced for Hell in a Cell, I'm really looking forward to Rollins versus Bray, and of course, Sasha versus Becky inside the Hell in a Cell. So the match was a no contest, of course. The ladder match, with the stipulation being whoever grabs the briefcase, they're the winner, and the loser is fired. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. I thought this ladder match was really good. You know, I actually was getting into this match, you know, Shane and Owens, you know, they took some sick bumps, you know, through the ladder. Owens did a frog splash off the, you know, through a ladder to the outside. Shane was laid out, put Shane through that one ladder. Shane did a coast-to-coast with a ladder into Kevin Owens' face. And as Shane climbed up the ladder, Owens got to his feet, pulled Shane off the ladder, powerbombed Shane onto another ladder. Kevin Owens climbs up to the top, unhooks the briefcase, and he is the winner. Thank God this feud with Shane McMahon is finally ended. I thought they had a good match. You know, like how it built and built and built. Kevin Owens finally, as The Rock would say, get his revenge here on Shane McMahon. And hopefully this puts to rest, you know, well, Shane's terminated from WWE, but we all know how these firing stipulation goes. I mean, hell, Kevin Owens was fired in what? He showed up the next week on SmackDown, so it's just like, you don't enforce the stipulation. Do you really expect me to care? But at least we got, I'd say, a good match out of it. And after the match, Owens got on the mic, told Shane, "You're fired," hit him with a stunner to boot, and that's all she wrote. So yeah, I thought probably my favorite match of the night here. I would say so. We had Braun Strowman, The Miz, and Heavy Machinery versus Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. So a random 8-man tag team match. I'm like, okay, why are we doing this random 8-man tag team match? But then after the match, I guess we saw why they did this. Strowman power slams Ziggler, picks up the win for his team. After the match, Tyson Fury, who is... I don't really know too much about this Tyson Fury yet, because I'm not, like I said, I don't watch boxing. But he is apparently a British professional boxer. And in 2015, he won the unified WBA Super, IBF, WBO, IBO championships. He weighs in at 6'9". He is, let's see here, he is 6'9". It's just how he doesn't weigh in at 6'9". What the hell am I talking about here? But apparently he has 29 wins. He's, I guess, pretty good. Like I said, I don't watch boxing, so I've never heard of this guy up until today's heavyweight. So they teased a feud with him and Braun Strowman. I mean, he was sitting in the crowd at SmackDown, front row. You know, him and Strowman, begin to mix words. And Fury jumps barricade, and security holds him back. You know what? I am intrigued to see what happens here. I mean, this guy, he's legit. You know, he won the WBA title. And he's ranked as the world's best active heavyweight by The Ring magazine. And he's won Fighter of the Year, Upset of the Year by The Ring. I'm just reading here his background here. He's 31 years old. So yeah, this, seeing him and Braun go at it, he's going to have an open mic on Raw this Monday. So will this lead to a match maybe at, I guess, Crown Jewel? God, I can't stand those shows. But be that as it may, the match was nothing. But I guess I liked what they did after the match. So, yeah. We then had a lumberjack match. Roman Reigns versus Eric Rowan. Didn't really pay too much attention to this match. I was kind of chatting back and forth here with my buddy. Came over to watch the show. Reigns spears Rollins for the win. After the match, Bryan and Reigns shake hands. Of course, we have Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan teaming up to take on Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. I'll save my thoughts on that match for my preview and predictions video for Hell in a Cell, which will not be that long of a video because we only have 4 matches announced, so whatever. Let's talk about this, because I was looking forward to this. I figured WWE Championship match. The stage is set. Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar. And this should be good. I didn't expect this match to go 10, 15 minutes. When I looked at the time, I was like, oh, okay, we'll get a, 5-minute match, maybe 6 minutes. We got time here. I figured maybe Rey Mysterio and Dominic would get involved. But then Brock bell rings, Kofi charges in, gets F5'd. 1, 2, 3. That was it. How long was that match, guys? Like 10 seconds? 15 seconds? Are you kidding me? That was it. That was the fucking match. Okay, whatever. After the match, Rey comes down to the ring. He has a friend with him, somebody that has haunted Lesnar ever since UFC, Cain Velasquez. Makes Brock look like he's just, pissed his pants. He double legs Lesnar, begins to throw lefts and rights right into Lesnar. Lesnar rolls out of the ring, teases getting back in the ring, stares down Velasquez, and Brock won the title. But it's just like, I thought this could have been done so much better. I had a feeling Brock was going to win. And I was okay with that. I mean, him and Kofi had a 5-minute match. 5 minutes. Hell, you could have even done the scenario where Velasquez and Mysterio appear, and that cost Lesnar the championship. Do you really need to put the title on Lesnar to have him feud with Velasquez? I don't think that needs the title. And then Kofi could have picked up a win. And there, He looks bigger coming out of this episode of SmackDown on Fox. But you kind of just job Kofi out here. I mean, he did have a good title reign, but I felt like he was booked very strongly. I don't want to take anything away from him. He had a really good title reign. But I don't know. I just didn't think this clicked for me. Kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So Brock's champion. Looks like he'll be feuding with Velasquez. Will this match take place at WrestleMania, or are you going to have it take place at Crown Jewel? I don't know what the hell is going to happen here. But I'm looking back here to the Beast in the East match that they had 4 years ago, which I really liked that show. They almost had a 3-minute match. Went 2 minutes and 36 seconds. That match was longer than this. Just like, I just really didn't like the way that they jobbed Kofi out here, and how his championship reign ended. But man, that really lowered my grade for this show, because up until this, I was like, man, this show's good. You know, it was, nothing really bad to say. I mean, 8-man, meh. The Reigns Rowan match, meh. But I liked the ladder match. Thought the women's match was solid. The Rock opening promo was great. But this ending really needed to, and I thought, okay, you're bringing Velasquez in, okay, fine. But just to see Kofi lose like that, I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. So that probably lowers my grade to, let's say, a B-. No, a B- for this episode. So that's my thoughts on the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox. I want to say thank you all for tuning into this video. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGiza412. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGiza412, Facebook.com/DanielGiza1994. Links can be found down below in the description box. And before I go off the air here, my SmackDown poll is still active. 50% thumbs up, 50% thumbs down, so split reaction here. So that does it, guys. Like I said, thank you again all for tuning into this little, well, not live. I will be live again once I get my internet situation fixed. So thank you guys for being patient for that. So until my next video here, guys, I am out. Again, thanks all for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will, of course, be back up here for Hell in a Cell preview and predictions videos. So until then, thanks.